And so, the big bang bangs, slamming time and dust together into a frame, and a man like Adam lands on the back of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he's quite excited, most delighted at the prospect of a large lizard between his legs, and together they chase Eve through the firstborn trees, cause Adam's screaming for his rib back, please, and so she's making the first track through the first trees, the original pathway to the shady glade where they can hide away from the son of the god's gaze, and she plays with his apples and meets the snake, and together they introduce man to history's first mistake. And this whole game that they're playing, Mr. Adam and Miss Eve, is being watched by the monkeys through the leaves, up in the trees, and they're scratching their fleas, thinking, geez, get a room, please. Apparently the first disease is going to be an STD. And this angered the apes, and the anger of these peeping monkeys is how the first fruit got squeezed, but it was no use because they ignored the dripping juice. There was more interest in the incest. And together the apes teased the creator with one of the first wishes. Don't let humans evolve, let them stick to being fishes. You know? And so Earth was looking grand, the shiniest jewel in the galaxy, but it was looking too heavenly, and heavenly jealousy turned to gravity, and the meteors went on strike, kicking up a fuss, throwing up dust that thrust the sun from the sky, leaving all the biggest beasts deceased, bleeding all over the Garden of Eden. But original man was hard of hearing. He didn't hear the message that the beasts were leaving when they were screaming, respect the earth as your mother, screamed the herd. But original man heard, give birth and run for cover, and so he started the first trend, ending up leaving Eve to give birth to Cain, who turned out to be unable, useless in fact, so unable that he gives into the strain, and Adam and Eve in an unbelievable act leave Abel to be attacked and slain by the unstable Cain. Cain was conceiving life without death, but Abel was determined to have meat on his breath, and all the biggest beasts with the sharp teeth and the claws, they were gone, and left a brother like Cain at the top of the food chain, and no one else was around, so he had to tap his mom, which means ultimately what the holy books have said: if all this is true, then we're all inbred, which would explain the phenomenon of how the loudest trumpets tend to blow themselves. And so, the Queen of England wants diamonds on her shoes, so it's destination South Africa, first-class pleasure cruise, and a whole lot of British dudes join the Boer and the Bantu, playing first to bruise, first to lose, butting heads, first to bruise, first to lose, butting it, until they discovered more gold and diamonds than could ever be conceived. So now it's forget the first to bruise, who's the first to bleed? And the whites won this human race because they got to the guns quicker, found out that bullets are quicker to stick you than a spear is, and despite being fearless, the black man died because a body full of lead needs more than pride to survive. So now the fight is white on white, but they've all got these fire sticks, and so they put down the guns and they start fighting with politics, and this became the main weapon in how the world was won. But you can't enjoy the spoils of war until the fighting is done, and that's the problem with politics as a weapon. It's quite fantastic. When you pull the trigger once, the rest is automatic. And so, what's trending in 2020? What are all the tweets telling me, selling me a collective shiver up mankind's combined spinal as we all come together and watch while the whole globe goes viral? Doesn't matter your doctrine, your dogma, your designation, we all collectively connect to this viral sensation. The video shows a bat playing a prank on a pangolin, wrangled in the mess they were tangled in, and word is humans through a laboratory angle. In addition to our addiction to traveling, now we're witnessing the whole system unraveling at the pace of an Olympic javelin. But those games won't be played by athletes or organized by officials. No, it'll be the spectators running along to the sound of the referee's whistle, tripping along the track. What ain't no shot put is just stay put shut. Stay put. Shut. Everybody want to do their part, want to do their job, but no work, mate, no smoke break, no Pooza Thursday late afternoon drink. Just stick to your cave, sit on your rock, and think. Ain't no politics'll trump this physics. Ain't no economics as strong as this science. You can curate whatever content suits your selected screen, but no 20 seconds of hot soap will wash your screen completely clean. Always on the hunt for the hits, we stop considering the misses. Always searching for that viral status. Well, that's exactly what this is. And so,